AC Starlord here, and I'm back with another video. And this video, again, is about Hocus-pocus. Now, Hocus-pocus has a special place in my heart, and it will always will have a special place in my heart. It's the very first ever Halloween movie that I've seen that's not a DCOM from Disney. DCOM is a Disney Channel original movie. That's what they call them. This is not a DCOM movie. This is like a big, like Hollywood Disney movie. Has Sarah Joan whatever her name is, Sarah Joan Parker from Sex and the City playing one of the witches and all that stuff. Now, this movie, you can say, is a bunch of hocus pocus, or you can say this movie is a bunch of witches just having havoc on the town of Salem and trying to get younger and trying to be stronger and getting children. That's exactly what it is. Now, phrases like book is one of the things, or come on, sisters, or one of my favorites, what the witches say, Winifred says, "Thank you, Max, for that marvelous introduction." So as I'm marvelously giving them an introduction, we have Winifred, Sarah, and some other, don't know the name of the other sister. We have all three of them, and they attract a little girl named Emily. And as they attract that little girl Emily in the very beginning, she has a brother named Binks. Binks tries to save his sister, and then as the process of saving his sister, he turns into a cat. In the process of his sister being saved, she turns into a really old person because they suck the soul out. Those witches suck the soul out of her life force, and they get a little bit younger, and they die young because they get hanged by the townsfolk in Salem. Now, this was back in I don't know when it was. I can say it's Hamilton time, but it was back in when they actually had witch trials way back in those times. Then the colonial times, I want to say Hamilton's time. Alexander Hamilton's time, I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on that, but this movie was made before Alexander Hamilton, but you get my point. The witch trials during that time. So they get hanged. They said they put a curse on the town and all that stuff. They didn't put a curse on the town. They put the curse on themselves, but also, I guess, kind of put a curse on their town, because that's once a couple years go past and time goes past. We're in the early 90s, I'm assuming, because this movie was made in the early 90s, and they learn about the Sanderson sisters, which is Winifred, Sarah, and the other witch, I don't know her name. And they learn that in every school from high school to 6th grade, because his sister learned, Max's sister, and that's where we're at the meet, Max's sister learns the same thing, because she mentions it when they go trick-or-treating. So Max is from California. When you meet him after you meet the Sanderson sisters for the very first time, you meet Max saying that that's a bunch of hooey, a bunch of hocus pocus, obviously. And he meets a girl there. He shoots his shot, gets his phone number, gives her phone number, and then they have a brief conversation after school saying, she said, "Do you not believe in witches?" And he said no, and all that stuff. So she gave him back his phone number, like, "Hey, you gotta believe in witches to be with me." You know what I'm saying? That's what the girl was saying. So he goes on his bike, goes through a cemetery to get to his house. His guy named Jay, not not Jay from Silent Bob, Jay and Silent Bob or Clerks that say snooch the man, not saying snooch my nooch, snooch my nooch, or snoochy boochies, from Mallrats, snoochy boochies. He doesn't. That Jay does not say that, but he says his name is Jay, and then his friend Ernie, but no, his friend's name is not Ernie no more. It's Ice. Yeah, this is Ice. Pretend I'm pointing at someone's head. This is Ice. So he gets bullied by Ice and Jay, Snoochy Boochies. They end up taking his cross trainers, which are Nike cross trainers at that time. But they asked him if he smokes. Like, nah, bro, I don't smoke. And like, there must be really. And Ice is like, they must be really health conscious in L.A. And then, so what do you want us to do in the rest of the afternoon? And Max goes, breathe out your mouth. And then Jay laughs like an annoying laugh. Like I don't know how to do his laugh, but I'm going to do Jay and Silent Bob laugh. Snoochie boochies. He does an annoying laugh. So he moves on for there, and he's like, I hate it here, blah, blah, blah. And his sister tries to scare him in his bed, and then they go on trick-or-treating. And that's when fun starts happening. That's what you see, the rebirth of the Sanderson sisters. See, when they go trick-or-treating, they go across Jay and I on Cube, Ice now. When the almost call him Ice Cube, Ice. And then they still try to steal his sister's candy, blah, blah, blah. Max confronts them, da-da-da. So they go to the girl's house that he likes. And from the very beginning, they said, oh, let's go to the Sanderson sisters' house. My mom used to be a person who used to work there because it was a museum. They won't miss me here anyway. So they go there, and the black flame candle gets lit by a virgin. Well, a virgin. So who's the virgin? Max. He's never been, which is saying this Disney movie has never been laid. So as that happens, the Sanderson sisters get reborn. The Sanderson sisters are hunting after Max, his sister, and also they also meet Binks again as a cat. Binks tries to tell him, hey, do not do anything stupid. Do not open that book. They take the book from Sanderson sisters because the book is all her spells. They're also hunting them down because they want to be younger, and the Sanderson sisters, literally their mission is just to get children to get them younger. And then they're like, hey, the Sanderson sisters are like, hey, we're going to get this book, we're going to get those kids, and we're going to destroy them. Simply as that. As the film goes. For them. Now, for them, they just got reborn, so they don't know how the early 90s go. But Winifred's the only smart. Winifred and the other sister, the third sister, are kind of smart. The other one just wants boys and chase out the boys and all that stuff. She gets Sarah Joan Parker from Sex and the City gets very sidetracked. I mean, she kind of acts like her Sex and the City character. Kind of wants men and attracts men, so it's kind of weird, but not weird. This is a Disney movie, so, and it's way before ahead of the time, so, yeah. As they're doing that in the process, they're still trying to hunt down Max and everything, and then they do a big, giant performance, as if you've seen this movie, it is, I put a spell on you, now you're mine. And that's where Max says, don't listen to the Sanderson sisters to put a spell on you. And that's when Winifred says, thank you, Max, for that wonderful. Thank you, Max, for that marvelous introduction. She also has another phrase called, another gorgeous morning, it makes me sick. But that's besides the point. So they put all the parents on a spell. They're dancing till they can't dance no more. And basically, the There's also a zombie that hunts them down. He's supposed to hunt them down, but he actually doesn't like the Sansa sisters. I forgot to mention that, but yeah. As that's going on, the zombies trying to get to them, and the zombie ends up being good. The kids end up finding out that they're going to be dead by dawn. And, well, dawn approaches. They still Max's sister. He rescues Max's sister. Dawn almost approaches, and then, of course, Max and the rest of the people are free. So is Binks. Binks is ready to see Emily and all that stuff. But there's more to this movie. I highly recommend you watch this movie before Hocus Pocus 2, because Hocus Pocus 2 is coming out this Friday, and there'll be another review of this movie. The sequel to it now. Hope we see Max and his girlfriend in this, and his sister and all that, but if we don't, that's fine. And if we don't see Jay and Ice, that's also cool too. But I would love to see Ice and Jay snoochy boochies. So, yeah. That's been Hocus Pocus. I will see you on the next video. And that would be Courage the Cowardly Dog. Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog. Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog. You get my point. Boom, bada, bang. Boom, bada, bang. And then after that is Hocus Pocus 2. And then some other family-friendly movies. Maybe. No, it definitely is going to be a family-friendly portion for the next 2 weeks. And then go horror movies and then slashers. So, deuces, peace out.